So it's our.
When I'm angry, I don't want to talk.
Babe,
what's the backstory?
Allow me to watch the movie. The first thing I wish I knew was how important money is. Hey guys.
Where's my glass?
I'm not wearing glasses for this one. Why is my husband looking for glasses? This is the intro of the video, so you're late already. Hey guys, you're welcome back to my channel. So it's our it's our 3 years anniversary, and we are going to be sharing lessons that we've learned in the 3 years that we've been married. So I'm going to start with,
let me remove my glasses because this is serious business now, so you guys can see my eyes.
I'm going to start with my husband. So since we have 3 years, 3 lessons that he has learned since we got married. So 3 questions, 3 things he has learned since we got married, and 3 things he wish he knew before we got married. Hey, I'm the question person.
Okay, 3 things I've learned first.
Yeah, since we got married.
Since we got married, I have actually learned that love means different things to different people.
True.
So my idea of how I should be loved or how I express love might not necessarily be how my wife she values as love. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So in these 3 years, I've actually learned that I should learn how to love her in her love language.
Yeah, the way I see love, the way I know love.
Not the way the husband sees love.
Yeah.
No, but the way she sees love. I should learn. I've actually learned that in the last 3 years that.
Okay, so now, what is my love language, or what are my love languages?
I think you're more of the person that wants to be appreciated, not gift appreciation. Like the little things matters to you, so you pay attention to those kind of details. Are you helping me out without me saying
important, yeah.
Are you doing the dishes without me asking? And guys, I don't like doing dishes.
He doesn't like doing dishes.
In my house, I never did it.
Yeah.
Like my parents, I don't do it. Yeah. So coming to a place that at first I used to say, come on, I don't do these things.
Yeah.
But then again, I realized that if she's not stressed, if I help her not to be stressed, that means I'm showing her love.
Exactly.
So I started to do that more without her asking. You know, I used to think like, tell me what you want me to do.
Yes, I used to believe that if he loves me, excuse me, then I don't have to tell him what I want him to do or what I need. I used to feel like, okay, babe, she'll be able to read my mind and know what I want.
So it's not very possible to read people's mind, but over time you realize that this is what makes them happy. They don't like this kind of stuff. This makes their life easier. So for her, making her life easier is love.
Yeah.
In a way. Yeah. So I realized that if I do the things that makes her life easier, is actually communicating to her that love her.
Me. So for instance, helping me wash the dishes without me telling you to help me wash the dishes, to me means that, oh, you think about me enough not to want to reduce my stress. So let me just help her make the kitchen tidy, because when the kitchen is clean, I'm happy, and when I'm happy, I feel loved.
Yeah. So
the second thing
that's
I learned,
the most important thing I learned. And the second thing I learned in the last 3 years is that if you guys are together, right, no matter what is thrown at you, if you continually reassure the other person that you've got her or you've got him, that is actually all that matters.
True.
I used to think that, but you know I love you, right? Of course I do. So that should be enough. But then I learned over time that she wants me to say it.
Reassurance.
So I'm like, but I'm doing it. Like, it's an action word. Like, I'm doing it, but you want me to say it. So over the time, I've actually realized that saying it actually makes her feel safe.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I make sure that I always, yes, you're good. Yes, you're this. Yes, you're beautiful. Mayor Utsu, I'm for you for life. Like, my devotion is to you for life. Do you understand? So because before but I'm showing now and I'm doing the stuff, I'm paying for that stuff, I'm helping you do that stuff. That should be enough. But then I realized it wasn't enough. But I think in the last 3 years, I've actually learned that, and I've become.
Yeah, you become better.
Yeah.
He has become way better, way better. Like these days, he just tells me, "Babe, thank you for doing this. Thank you for. I promise to be better." Like he just keeps, he keeps getting better. So the third and the last thing that you have learned.
It's, I don't know which one to bring.
Just
forward,
bring one.
But I think the last thing I've learned in the last 3 years is that love is enough. People always say love is not enough. That's a lie. Love is enough.
Like in the real sense of what love is.
Yeah, it's enough. Love means sacrifice. Love means putting the other person's needs first before yours. Love means you thinking about the other person before you actually do something, right? So every decision I'm taking, I'm thinking about how would it affect my wife.
Yeah.
Whether it is at work, whether it is outside, whether it's me talking to other people, whether it's me relating with my photography students, whether it's me answering questions online or meeting people and all of that, I always have to put her first. I came from a place that I'm like, it's me, like, yo, it has to be me, like I have to think about me first. So having to get past that and get to a point where you are actually putting the other person first. So you think it through before you even maybe decide on something. So I don't get to decide without her, because even without telling her, it's in my head.
Yeah.
What would my wife say? How would she feel? How would she react? How would this affect her? Do you understand? So I cherish what she thinks above how whatever it is would make me feel. So yeah.
Well done. That's so concise and so straight to the point. Okay, so my turn, Abi.
Yeah, your turn.
So what is the question?
Of course you know the question. Come on.
Okay, so 3 lessons I have learned since I got married to my darling husband.
Oh my God.
So the first thing I have learned is, like, men and women are 2 different people. Like they're not people. They are different in terms of how they think, of what's important to them, and backgrounds matter a lot. So when we first got married, when we first started dating, I used to think that he used to purposely do some things to trigger me, to get me upset. And it took me a while to understand that from where he's coming from and the way he thinks, those things are just him behaving, like it's just him doing what he knows how to do. Do you understand? He's not purposely trying to annoy me. Do you get? Sometimes he just does things the way he does things without having the intent to get on my nerves. So instead of me to just see him do something and get angry and say, babe, but you know, what I should do is try to explain to him how his actions affect me and how I don't like what he has done, not to just assume and get angry. Do you understand? You get? So I had to learn that he's in my corner, he is on my side, and he's not purposely trying to get me upset or get me angry or make me feel some kind of way. So when I learned that, when the foundation of our marriage became that, oh, my husband loves me and puts my interest first, I didn't used to just get upset again. So now I look at him from the perspective of, this man loves me, this man puts my interest first, so he's not trying to annoy me. So now I am more open and more patient with him. Do you understand? And there was a particular day that I came back home and he was on his phone watching match. Meanwhile, during the day he had checked up on me several times, but I just got angry that he couldn't keep down his phone and give me his full attention. Now, he didn't purposely refuse to give me attention. Do you understand? The match was equally very important to him and he had a timeline. Do you get? So, and I got so angry. I was so mad. And I told him, I don't feel loved by you right now. I don't feel loved by you right now. But it took me a while to understand that. And he kept telling me, but I checked on you during the day. I called you. I was like, okay, but right now I don't feel love, because I just felt like he was purposely doing those things, but he wasn't. So I've learned to be more patient. Okay, I've learned to be more patient with him and understand where he's coming from. His actions are not to annoy me or get on my nerves. So the second thing I've actually learned is, what was supposed to be the first thing, is to put God at the center of our home. And you know, we say, oh, we are Christians, oh, we love God, we say a lot of things, but we don't talk to him about everything. Do you understand? So there are things about my husband that I did not like, and things about myself I did not like too when we got married. And I used to talk to God about it, like, God, I don't want to always get easily triggered or easily get angry, or there are things that he does that I don't like to. And I realized that those things just naturally went away when I began to pray about it. Do you understand? And it just reminded me of the importance of taking everything to God in prayer. Like, even the things that you think are very small, things that you think are not so important. Do you understand? And it's a very important lesson, I feel, that if I had known it in the beginning of the marriage, I would have taken praying for our marriage, praying for us more seriously. So I would say that's the second thing I've learned, putting God at the center and praying about every single thing. Like, every single thing, even the things that I feel, everything. I'm making him the third person in our home, because he knows my husband more than I know him. He loves him more than I love him. Do you understand? And same with me. He knows me more than I know myself. So there are things that God knows that's going to happen tomorrow, and he can prepare us. Do you understand? Against that. So that's the second lesson. Well, things in my head. Okay, the third thing I've learned is the importance of talking positively to my husband. I have seen it work a lot of times. So you know, when they say, when somebody is good at something, or when somebody is an amazing person, or is gifted, or is a genius, like they use the word, they don't really see themselves in that way. Do you understand? So I have learned that some things that my husband does that he feels they are just, it comes easy for him. So he doesn't really rate those things as being amazing. He's comparing himself with people that I'm like, babe, you are way better than these people, in my opinion. So I've learned how to talk positively to him, how to talk him up. Do you understand? I've learned how to make him see his awesomeness. And the more I do that, the more he becomes a better person, the more he becomes a better husband. So anything that he does, like when he does things that he feels that, those things don't deserve to be celebrated, I talk big about it, I magnify it, and make him know that, babe, this is a big deal, you are a big deal, and you deserve to be celebrated. And that has really helped our marriage. You shouldn't wait for your partner to do something very big before you appreciate them. Do you understand? Or shouldn't feel like, my partner knows how awesome they are. You should, from time to time, talk them up, because they look up to you for a lot. Do you understand? They still really want to impress you in one way or the other. True. And so when you're in their corner, when you're constantly talking them up, they feel like, okay, you know, when you booga, like, my partner is with me, my partner's got my back. My partner feels like the sun rises and sets. Oh my lord. Yeah. Oh my lord. Oh my. So so that's the third lesson. The first thing I wish I knew was how important money is. Like, fam, money is very, very important. So before we got married, I was like, anyhow, we'll do it, let's just do it. But then when we got married, I realized that money is very, very important. Money can stress and strain your relationship more than you ever expected it to happen. And men love to earn. Men love to be providers. So if your partner, like, is a man, if he's not earning, he does not feel good about it. So a lot of times you have to allow him to earn. Do you understand? Like, encourage him to earn, encourage him to spread his wings, encourage him to fall in love with his work, encourage him to bring in something. Because yes, love is enough, but the typical African man feels good when he has money. Do you understand? Not your money, his money. he feels good. He feels good when he has. So even if you are the richest lady, even if you're the most, in fact, you have all the money, you have to give your husband the space to contribute, to be the provider in the home, because in a way it makes him feel good. The same way a woman will cook and people eat and the woman is feeling good that her family is. That's the same way a man feels good when he has money and he's able to provide for his family. Now, I didn't know that, but now I have learned, and it's a good lesson.
I think the first one will be like little things like picking after me. Okay, so
This one is very funny.
so when I drink water, once I'm finished with the bottle, I just drop it. My wife will be like, "What's wrong with this guy? What's really wrong with this guy?"
I know all the places where my husband has sat down in the house by the bottles of water that I see. So when I wake up in the morning, because I always sleep before him, I just go around and then okay, babe sat here, babe sat there. He drinks a lot of water, so I just see the bottle and then okay, he sat there or he sat there.
So back home, they used to pick after me, right? I'm the first child, so I have people.
He's spoiled, my people. Okay, not spoiled in a bad way.
So I have people like senior.
But spoiled in
like,
terms of
like senior,
like housework, yeah.
Not that like I can
know,
do it,
yeah.
But then since I used to have help, and I think I wish I knew that my wife is not my help, my maid.
Like I'm not his maid, but it's not even
Yeah.
like they didn't even have a lot of maids. He just maybe his younger brother would just pick up after him.
Yeah, my younger
or
brother,
his
my cousins.
that are younger than him.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like a maid or help situation.
So
it's just like he's used to. He's the first son, so as a sign of respect.
Everybody picks after me.
Yeah.
So I brought that to my marriage. I shouldn't have done that. Like, yo, she's a different person, and making her feel like she's my man, always picking after me was bad. And I think that's number one. Very important. My number two, I wish I knew my wife doesn't joke with her films. So when she's watching movies, Mayor, go and read a book.
And he never does that.
Go and do something else.
Guys, let me tell you how everything goes on at our house. When my husband is watching a movie, he's engrossed in the movie, and because I know that he's engrossed in the movie, I try not to interrupt him.
But but why would you watch a film that is 1 hour for 2 days? Come on,
when
people.
I'm watching a movie,
God.
that's when my husband wants to come and ask me, who is that man?
Yes.
What's happening?
What happened?
And I'm like, babe,
what's the backstory?
allow me to watch the movie. When you watch your movie, I don't do this to you. And the second thing that he does is, okay, you see, I'm very active. So when I'm watching a movie, if I have a task that is not complete, like maybe I was cooking my lunch or I was maybe doing something,
But why?
I stop the movie to get the work I have to do done.
Why?
But my husband doesn't feel that way.
No,
my husband is watching a 5-hour movie, I'm telling you the truth,
He has to finish.
He will sit down
5 hours
and watch the 5, except maybe they take lights or Wi-Fi goes off or something. But I can't sit down for 5 hours and watch a movie. I feel like there are things that I need to do that I've not done. So that's okay. So what he wish he knew was how important I take my movie time.
Yes.
My movie time is my me time. I don't enjoy watching movies with people.
Yes.
I don't know. I just got used to it. And I know maybe it can be a bad thing because it can be a way to bond with your partner. And I enjoy watching movies with him sometimes. But not every time.
Yes, so people.
There are days that I've had a very tiring, I want to just lounge. And my husband just comes and brings the chair and sits beside me. And I'm like,
come on now. Come on.
But I'm learning. I deliberately remind myself that now I have 2 fathers and I have 2 mothers and I have 3 brothers because he has 1 brother, so I have 3 brothers, and I consciously have to remind myself that my family has expanded, and so it's not just me and my family, it's me and our family. So it wasn't easy because I've always been an independent person and I'm not quick to open up to other people. But when I saw how much his parents loved me and accepted, especially his dad can gist with me for hours, and his mom too in her own way, and his brother perfect. Like we are homies, we are good. So when I saw how much love and how much they accepted me, I knew that, I mean, it would be silly for me to still be behaving like, okay, I'm not, do you understand? And a lot of people pray for in-laws that are like my husband's parents. Like they both have different names for me, different nice names for me, and whenever we go home, they always want to make sure that I'm very, very comfortable. Actually eating breakfast, they have a time I must eat breakfast. They have a time I must eat lunch. They have a time I must eat dinner. Guys, if I leave them, I'll be like this. They don't understand why you're watching your weight. No, you must eat. Yeah. So I had to open up my heart to accept my husband's family like my own family. And somehow now their home has become like my home. Do you understand? I have memories there and with them. So I think those are the things we wish we both knew. And thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, and I hope that you take the lessons and you can apply them to your relationships and your marriages. Babe, any last words?
Go in there when you're married with an open mind, like you want to learn. It's like you starting over again in kindergarten, learning new things, because the other person you're with might have spent more than 2 decades in another family, grew up differently, values might be different, and the things that are important to them might not be important to you. But now you guys are together, so you have to figure out a way to learn about the person. And learning about the person means you listening more than you talk. So you have to listen. You have to pay attention. Listen with your ear and listen with your eyes. How you listen with your ears, when they are talking, you're listening. How you listen with your eyes is whatever they do, and you look at how the reactions on their faces. Does it make them angry? Does it make them happy? Does it make them... Do you understand? So once you do that, you learn things about them, you realize that, like, it will be a part of you. Like, most of the time, the way I used to annoy her, the things I used to do to annoy her, in the first year, I don't do them anymore.
Yeah, guys, you know that, like, in the past 6 months, we've not even had a quarrel. But when we first got married, we used to quarrel. Oh God, we used to fight so much. Like, but we never kept malice. That's us. If we quarrel now, give us till evening. We've settled. But like these days, we don't even fight anymore.
Yeah, because we have learned about each other. Like I said, I am the guy that when I'm angry, I don't want to talk.
Yes, that's him.
My wife is the person that when she's angry, she wants to talk.
Yes, that's me.
So I really had to learn that. Why is she talking when she's angry? And she had to learn, like, why are you not talking when you're angry?
Do you want my head to explode? When I'm angry, I have to express myself.
Do you understand? So I needed to also understand that when she's angry, she needs to talk, so I need to listen. Yes, I don't want to talk, but I need to listen. So before now, when she's talking, I'm just pressing my phone, like, why is she
ignoring me?
Like, can you just rest? Can you just rest?
I need to make me more angry. So he's ignoring me, thinking that we'll keep quiet and go away. But ignoring is like pouring fuel on fire. So it's making me talk more.
So I think over the years now, I've realized that, so if she's angry, okay, babe, tell me, what is it? Before now, I didn't used to say that because I don't understand why someone is angry and I'm not talking and you're still talking. But over the years, like I said, I've learned to listen with my eyes, with my ears, and I've gotten better, and I've made it better for her, and it makes an experience also for me. So I think getting to learn about your partner is very, really important to having a very happy and successful relationship. And make time to laugh, actually.
We laugh a lot, guys. We play a lot too. We laugh and we play a lot, and it's been a blessing being married. I used to be scared of marriage first and foremost. I used to be so afraid that I would lose my freedom, I would lose my independence and a lot of things. But I can tell you, like, I remember fighting with my mom a lot of times, and she'd tell me, You have to settle down. I mean, I married my grandmother, my mother married. Why do you think you're different? But like my life is better, to say the least. Not because he's here. It just feels good having somebody in your corner. Do you understand? It makes your life better in a way. So when person is rooting for you, the Bible says, one shall chase and
1,000,
and two shall put 10,000 to flight. So the fact
not
that
even 2,000, not 3, 10.
Do you understand?
Come on.
So when we are together, I mean, I remember how I was before we got married. I was just a chef, cooking and laboring tirelessly.
Till I showed her the light.
But now I'm a food photographer. He taught me and he inspired me. He comes for almost all my shoots. He's there telling me, babe, shoot this way, bend down, carry the camera. Sometimes I'm like, leave me I don't want to curse, I don't say anything, but leave me, let me shoot. But then one of those days I realized that he makes me a better photographer. The fact that he can see what I cannot see, because I'm the one with the camera, so my eyesight is limited, but he can see beyond what I can see. Also, he has a lot of experience, more than I do. So having him as my coach, my teacher, my husband, it's a blessing. So my life, as even before we got married, there were things that he used to do for me as my friend. So one of the reasons why I knew that he would make a good husband was that before when we were friends, he was doing those things. So I knew that when we get married, it will now be like ×2. And I've really, really enjoyed being married to him. He doesn't stay out late. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink alcohol. He's just like what I prayed for. Do you understand? And I always tell him that like your answered prayers, because I know what I told God I wanted in a man, and he just came and he fits all those things. Yeah, it's not perfect. I'm not perfect either. And every day we are growing and we are learning to love each other. So my mom was right in settle down, and I'm happy that I listened to her and I made the right choice. All right, guys, thank you for watching this vlog. Before it gets longer, don't forget to subscribe.
Guys, subscribe.
Are we wearing our shades now?
I'm out.
Let's wear our shades.
I'm out.
We're out.